Today's video is about being able to look into the future and to be able to predict with some level of accuracy what's going to happen. And let me share a couple of examples with you. I'm sure you've heard, if you're any type of a sports fan, that football coaches and players spend a lot of time looking at film. Why? Because they are looking to see what patterns exist on the teams that they're going to be playing. Meaning that if the defense lines up in a certain way, they have certain people standing in certain places, then they typically will be covering the field in a particular way. And if they know that and can predict that, then they can make their plans for their offensive play to be able to take advantage of the defense, or vice versa. Second example, Las Vegas will open their doors to almost anybody, but they don't like to have card counters at the table when they're playing blackjack. In fact, it's one of the reasons why when you go to Vegas and you play blackjack, they play with 5 decks of cards. Let's face it, it takes a lot more brain power to be able to keep track of 5 decks of cards than it does trying to keep track of 1 deck of cards. Well, why does Vegas not allow card counters at their table? Well, it's because if you're good enough to be able to count the cards, then you're able to predict what the dealer has in their hand and what the odds are of a card coming up that's either going to win the deal for you or cost you the hand. Well, both of these scenarios have to do with predicting the future. And what we do with our clients is we help them predict the future as well. Because understanding the behavioral nature of your candidate or your employee allows you to predict the future. For instance, if a person that has a particular behavioral style gets on a highway and you know what their behavioral style is, can you predict which lane they're going to end up with? I bet you can. If the person is more aggressive and impatient, they're going to be in the fast lane. And if they're easier going, well, they're not going to want the hassle of that lane. They're going to either stay in the middle or the right-hand lane. Well, if we know that we can predict the behavior of people that work for us or candidates that will come to work for us, then we can anticipate that and we can provide them with guidance and direction that will allow that person to be more successful. If we know that we have somebody on our team that when they get upset, they can rub other people the wrong way, we can coach them on that as long as they're cognizant of it. Or if we know that we have somebody on our team that has a difficult time dealing with high-level managers, we can coach them on that as well. Being able to understand the behavioral style, being able to predict the nature of the people that you have working for you will give you just as big of an advantage as your football players watching film and by giving gamblers the advantage of counting cards. Thanks for your time.